Hey guys, Will Townsend here, Weed Busters Lawn Care. Hey, I just wanted to jump on and give you guys a quick video update on where we are. I know, we're probably getting a decent amount of people wondering with the weather, what's going on, what's our plan, what are we doing moving forward, getting awful close here to Christmas. It's very unseasonal for us here to, get probably a week of snow in November that kind of delays us on the ground, and then, man, almost going on 2.5 weeks here where we're delayed with snow on the ground in December. We've lost almost a month for our winterization time, which, man, that hasn't happened in probably 10 years. So really, really strange weather for us here after the drought from the prior year, mini drought we had at the end of this year, and now snow on the ground. I mean, what's that saying here in Ohio? If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. So wild. But we probably have about 20% of the customer base left that has not received the winterization. We're going to try and see. We're going to monitor the weather. It looks like Friday night into Saturday night with really, really cold temps, we may get snow again. If that's the case with those temperatures, I'm sure that snow will be on the ground well into next week. I've gotten some questions, from some that are like, can you put it down on top of snow? No, we cannot apply it on top of snow. Cannot apply it with, the very top layer frozen at all. We tend to avoid that at all costs. We want to be very good stewards of the environment. The last thing we want to do is put fertilizer down on frozen ground. Which brings me to, I've had a lot of questions, are we already frozen? We've already had snow on the ground, is the ground frozen? No, I'll put links below the video where you guys can monitor it from Ohio State, where they monitor the ground temps at 1 inch and 2 inches. We follow that strictly. As long as we're above, 32, 33 degrees above freezing, we're perfectly fine. Your soil temps below the 2 inch level are typically several degrees warmer too, as you'll see at the link I provide, than the top 1 inch. What you want to avoid is any type of frozen, right at the top layer. That's when we delay, that's when we don't do things, and when it does come back up and we're not frozen anymore, there's no more snow on the ground, that's typically when we continue. The last thing we want to do here is apply fertilizer to frozen ground. We don't do that. It'll just run off and go into lakes and streams. And yeah, no, we're good stewards of the environment here, not trying to do anything crazy like that. With about 20% of the customer base, with us losing about 3 to 4 weeks here with snow on the ground, if we do get snow Friday and Saturday, I am not real sure if we're going to get through that last 20%, unfortunately. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, let you know, hey, if that happens, probably not going to make it through everybody next week. We will run up until Christmas because it is going to be almost 50 degrees next week, which is wild. It's supposed to warm back up again. We'll monitor things as much as we can here. We'll get as many as we can done, and we will help you guys out as much as we can moving through this. If you have any prepaid credits or account credits for this year, I know I've had this question a few times now. The question is, will that money just disappear on my audit? And no, we don't do that here. That money's not gone. It will roll over automatically in our software system to your very first round for next year. So it's not going anywhere. Still be applied to the account. So if you prepaid, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything. The system will actually move everything forward for you. No worries there. As far as treatments after the first, I've been asked that a few times. Hey, will you come out after the first of the year? We've never ever done that, period. Typically, we're done by Christmas. We shut down here. The techs start, moving into maintenance and getting ready for next year. If I had some customers that asked me that, I would honestly have to look at the ground temps again. We are not going to apply any fertilizer if the ground temps are at freezing. That's a no-no for us. I would monitor it at that point, but honestly, I think we're probably going to be done at the first year looking at the weather. Again, we'll try to get everything we can possibly squeezed into next week. It just really just depends on what happens Friday and Saturday night as far as accumulated snow totals. That's it for me. I just wanted to jump on here and give you guys a quick update, let you know where we're at and where we're going. If you're curious on, our timing for the winterization or why we do it, definitely check those before service emails. I know newer customers probably don't have the information on why this winterization is so important. Of all the treatments all year, I can tell you there's definitely 3 to never skip. The first one's that crabgrass pre-emergent, which inhibits weeds from germinating, and the crabgrass coming in for next year's spring. The remaining 2 are actually the late fall style treatments and the winterization. And the reason for that is the bulk of our fertilizer goes down this time of year. So it's a big nitrogen loss if we do not get that application down. Typically, lawns that are winterized green up, 3 to 6 weeks sooner than lawns that aren't. And quite honestly, we can see a huge visual difference, and I know you guys can that have been with us before too, between our lawns and other lawns for lawn care companies that just did the winterizer way too early. You want to apply the final winterization when top growth has pretty much ceased and you've done your final mowing. And what we're trying to target here is root growth, because the soil temps at depth are much warmer than at the surface, which encourages root growth and development, keeps a dark green color in that lawn, pretty much through the majority of winter, and it promotes that early spring green up. And when we hit next spring, we don't have to apply so much fertilizer that the lawn is growing so quickly you can't keep up with it, because that's a problem, that a lot of people run into. Like, lawn looks great, has really dark green color, but there's way too much fertilizer. We can't keep up with mowing it. Like, will you guys please knock it off? Like that can be a real problem. But there's definitely a very meaningful reason to get these done. Obviously, with the weather, we're trying to do all that we can for you guys. If you want to change anything, as far as today forward, hey, Will, my lawn looks great. It's dark green. Don't worry about it. You guys don't have to stress out to get to mine. Obviously, just let us know. We can go ahead and mark yours a skip for the weather. I'm sure the technicians will appreciate you, because they are definitely getting their butts kicked at the moment. So if you see your technician, make sure you tell them a thank you, because they're definitely getting frozen out there and trying to do everything we can to get everything in for you guys while we still can. I'm gonna hop off, make sure we got everything for you guys for next week. I'll probably do an update the first of the year via email for any treatments that we didn't get to. And as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out at any time. Thanks so much. See you guys.